and gentlemen, boys and girls, step right this way. Tonight, in the big tent, you will see a spectacle never before witnessed by modern man. Tonight, the star attractions are locked in their cages. For tonight, the downtrodden of the new ringmasters.
And if we're chased by shackles of cloud, go up and down the big staircase, a secret panel to another place. I saw a guy wearing a hockey mask, and he's carrying a bloody ass. He chases me on down the hall, and Bubba's dripping from the wall.
I don't need you to live with a psycho. Every week since your arrival, I don't need no Jekyll and Hyde girl. I don't need you to be living with a psycho.
Hey, this is Bill Mosley, and you're watching the Chuckles and Laughs Show.
This is the last show, and let me tell you, this is an honor to have you next to us. Feel like you're one of us, especially having the grandfather's blood.
It's an honor to be here.
We have some of your grandfather's blood in the back, too.
Hey, no we don't. Now, you told me he was into vaudeville. Or vaudeville. I like vaudeville.
Broadway vaudeville.
So he was into getting those acts up on stage, booking some of those around here in New England, right?
Yeah, New England, mostly Connecticut, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island. There was a lot of, not movie houses, but vaudeville theaters in Providence and Westerly, Hartford. There was quite a few theaters in Providence, probably like 10 back then. And he would bring the acts in. He would do like comedians, magicians,
Evil clowns?
No, they haven't. I don't remember having seen it.
You remember when I was in vaudeville and I had to change my gimmick a lot just to keep going?
Yeah, I do remember that. That was very disturbing.
They don't do the evil clown thing back then.
I did not want to see you do burlesque ever
Hey,
again.
it worked!
No, it definitely didn't. It scared everybody out of there, but it
It was still scary. I just did it with feathers.
I never want to see that again. We will not go to a clip of that. We will not. For his sake.
There's an old, like, Nickelodeon machine. If you put the nickel in, you can see me.
Yeah. Now, the songs that he wrote, you were telling me this, they were lullabies for kids.
Yeah, he went from writing The Love Dead on one hand, and he would write a lullaby.
I love this guy.
And he would write the waltz. He wrote waltzes.
Wow, that's kind of like me writing lullabies for kids. Go to sleep, I'm gonna kill you. If you wake up, your family will be dead. Don't worry, I'm just a voice inside your head.
His lyrics were a little bit different than that.
Really?
Just a little bit.
Oh, so this one like tiptoe through the tulips. That one? No. I love you, Tiny Tim. Yeah. That is awkward, and I totally went off saying that. I gotta apologize, but now I got these lullabies. I'm gonna start a career in children's lullabies, sung by Chuckles the Clown.
We'll have that CD for sale by the end of the year.
Yes, and you will have you to thank for that. We can even start one with Darth Vader. Just do that all throughout the song.
That's all you hear. This is the whole song.
Wow.
How about him? Let's talk about him.
Yeah, so we'll do that. We will do that. Now you have, and I know you out here are going to be very shocked what these are. And I'm going to tell you, they still exist, and they're not just on those window things or whatever. They're called books.
Oh,
I know you guys are scared. You might get a paper cut from it.
For all the young viewers, imagine somebody printed the internet
Yeah.
and put it between two thick sheets of paper that we call a cover.
We're going to go back to the book things to this, and I know they're scary. And these are, by all definition, scary books.
Yes, the stories. collecting short stories.
Which ones did you bring for us?
I brought 3 of them. Two of his short story collections. One's called The Love Dead and Other Tales. And then that's a collection of 13 short stories.
I have read quite a few out of that. That is one of my favorites.
And then I have Exit into Eternity, Tales of the Bizarre and Supernatural. Those are five very short stories too. And they range from the detective mystery to
It's got his
horror.
name on it too, right there.
Now, here's something. That picture on the book you have told me.
That picture is me. That is a self-portrait of me. I took the picture and I superimposed it over a graveyard scene.
How about that?
So,
Now, that graveyard was pretty close to where we're at, right?
the graveyard is Swamp Point Cemetery.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it is. That's where
Really?
my grandfather's buried there, and also H.P. Lovecraft.
Now, see, next time we go to visit H.P. Lovecraft, I definitely think we should make a stop by to your grandfather and pay respects to him since he's inside there too. I'm sure he would appreciate that.
And where his gravesite is, in relation to H.P. Lovecraft's gravesite, when they knew each other, my grandfather lived in Fox Point, and Lovecraft lived on the east side. So it's kind of relatively close. So in death, they're basically the same space apart.
That's awesome. That's definitely awesome. You had told me about that. We're going to go to a commercial break very shortly, and then we'll come back and we'll ask you some more questions. To the Chuckles and Laughs show, and I know sometimes you dread hearing this, but we want to hear about the stories of your grandfather with Mr. Lovecraft himself. I mean, he is Lovecraft, and your grandfather, if he didn't do what he did, Lovecraft might not have had a spot to put his stories.
Yeah, and when Weird Tales published The Love Dead in the 1924 issue, was the anniversary issue, they were floundering, and they were on the verge of going bankrupt. When The Love Dead was put into the book, there was a big outcry because of the necrophilia part of it, and they had a couple of lawsuits against Weird Tales to try and take it off the stands. And what happens when you have publicity like that, where negative publicity, everybody wants a copy of it. So it started a rush, and they sold out of the magazine.
In our world, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
That's right.
It's all good.
And I think that because of that, the magazine stayed in print, and Lovecraft and many other Robert Howard and many other writers were able to find a market for their stories. Now, if Weird Tales didn't stay in print, they would have found market someplace else. But I think it's significant that it did stay in print, and people were able to see them and read the stories.
You told me that the two of them, your grandfather and Lovecraft, used to hang out, you said earlier, together at Swan Point.
Yes, they did. Lovecraft was a nocturnal person, so he would come to my grandparents' house, usually after midnight, because he would sleep all day. And he would want to go out for walks around Providence. And they would take a walk to Swan Point Cemetery many times and sit on the gravestones and trade story ideas back and forth. And then they would go back and write them, and then they would read them to each other and critique them and get them ready to be published.
You know, my brother and I did the same thing, and we get locked up in the insane asylum.
It's amazing how the world has changed, isn't it? I mean, seriously, you can't even go out and walk around the cemetery at night anymore.
And they got paid for all this.
They got paid to be in a cemetery, and I get locked up with that idiot. So, you know.
And various other stories that my grandfather told me about Lovecraft. There was a time when James Morton, another writer, they would come to Providence, and my grandfather would take them around, him and Lovecraft. And one time they went to the First Baptist Church, the one on North Main Street, or South Main Street, and they went in, they went to the choir loft, or the organ loft, and Lovecraft decided he wanted to play the organ. So he wanted to play Yes, We Have No Bananas. but he couldn't get it going, so the three of them just sat there and they did it a cappella.
Funny.
So a little story. And then one other time, my grandfather had heard stories about a place in Chepachet called the Dock Swamp, where something, no light could penetrate all the woods and everything, and there was supposed to be a being that lived there. So one day him, my grandfather and Lovecraft went up there to look for it, and they spent the whole day trudging through Chepachet, asking all the locals, and trying to find the Dock Swamp, and they never found it. But it was the basis for two stories, one by my grandfather called Black Noon, that's an Next into Eternity, and I believe Lovecraft used that as a basis for the beginning of the Colorado space.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So.
If he had just asked us, we would have told him where that dark swamp was, but no, he didn't.
See, he's one of the few we make the exception for when we tell where we hide the bodies.
Definitely.
Most people don't get that information.
Now, you yourself, you run a famous publishing company. What is it? We can run it right up over here.
It's called Phantom Publishing.
There you go. It goes right here. We'll put the website there, and it'll go across. And you're resurrecting and well, not retelling, but relaunching your grandfather's stories.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
You told me you had some exciting news for those that are out there, that you had found some stuff that your grandfather had not been published.
I've been going through all the things of my grandfathers, my grandparents, my grandmother and my grandfather. They never threw anything away, they kept everything. And when they passed away, we put everything in bureaus and trunks. And going through things, I found a lot of letters and correspondence from Houdini. But I found probably about 5 or 6 stories that my grandfather wrote for Houdini. But Houdini passed away in 1926, so they were never published. So I'm working on putting those together in another book that I'm doing.
I mean, that's incredible, guys. I mean, Houdini, C.M. Eddy, freaking H.P. Lovecraft, all have that little tie to little old Rhode Island.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is definitely the creepiest state in the Union. I mean, there's no way around that. Vampires, writers, ghost people. I guess you could say Rhode Island is it is the creep. Us.
Oh yeah, well you can add us to the list too. And I don't see any other state having quite as much creep out factor.
No, yeah, you're definitely the biggest creep I know.
The smallest states with the biggest creeps.
Right. That's right, the biggest creep I know. Wait a minute, that's Deadly Dan.
No, he's a creeper.
Oh, creeper, I got that confused
Him
again.
and that Matt guy, the other one.
Oh, Shanky.
No, the other one.
Oh, Matt. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The really creepy creeper.
And then there's that one, Alicia. That
that's
stalking me.
Dr. Crazy.
All right?
Yeah.
Can I just say this without anybody editing this out? Stay the hell away from me.
Yeah.
No, me no wants no bananas. Like you would say. All right?
No cheese, no pizza.
No.
Orange sodas, no Alicias. Not welcome, not invited, not allowed.
Let me quote a very famous quote that I heard from a gentleman, Mr. Tony Atlas. We do not need the poinsettia plants. We do not need the candies. We do not need the cards. Stay away.
Forever.
Please, bye.
Bye. That's
Trust
the
me.
polite
Trust
one
me.
to be on
You don't want this one finding you.
That's your polite one.
Yes.
You're not going to get another polite one.
Now, out of all this stuff here, family events come up. You guys have to be proud of this man, right? For what he's doing. Was there any times there where we'd sit there and have family story times, telling stories out there, or with everybody, or was he kind of... Oh, just tell us, how was your grandfather as far as personality-wise?
My grandfather, he passed away when I was 9 years old, but I have very good memories of him. Going over to the house on Sundays all the time. He would play the piano and sing songs before for dinner. But he was a very reserved person. Probably in like the old world reserved. I always remember him being dressed to the nines all the time, always had a suit and tie on. And he had a very dry sense of humor also.
You dress more like to the threes, don't even try.
Hey, these are hand-me-downs from you. I can't help it, all right? We're not exactly rich here. We're evil clowns.
Well, duh.
Yeah. And next time you give me a hand-me-down, I would appreciate it if it did have the bed bugs in it.
Well, Can't be that nice.
We're going to go to a commercial break, and in between here, we're going to show you guys some pictures of these covers that Mr. has brought down for us, Jim Dyer.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
If you listen very carefully, you may be able to hear Chuckles the Clown sneak up from behind. In fact, if you listen closely enough, you may even be able to hear his heavy, putrid breathing on the back of your neck. And you're good with that, right? I mean, being forewarned is forearmed and all that stuff. And, I mean, if you know that it might happen, you can better react for it, right? Step on inside and have a jolly good evening. Oh, and if you see that bloody clown, tell him to give you back yours!
Welcome back to the Chuckles and Laughs show, and I'm going to bring up a little point for you that's kind of be creepy factor. Creepy factor. Although, you know, H.P. Lovecraft got a block named after him, a little square. Your grandfather had a street named after him. And if you read the story about the lovely necrophilia, the end of this street, coincidentally, ends at the Providence Hospital morgue. How coincidental can that be right there? I mean, did he plan that?
I don't think he planned it that way.
If you are reading that, that is a creepy factor for you right there. Follow that street right down to the Providence Hospital, which is really creepy alone.
It's the best street ever.
And it ends in a morgue. That is great. That is called karma. That's all karma can be. So you can have your little square, Mr. H.P. Lovecraft, but I have my dead bodies.
And there, in Providence, right next to Gary Heath Courthouse, Eddy Street and Clifford Street combined.
There you go.
Clifford Street and Eddy Street. So.
My favorite thing is to go into the morgue and switch the toe tags around. That's a fun game. You should try that sometime.
I did. I did try that. And not only did I come out being called a necrophilia, but I came out saying I had a dead foot fetish, which I haven't been able to catch that off.
You're only supposed to switch the tags, not hump the corpses. That's why.
Oh, you say ew. All right? You know this is the 22nd century. It's allowed to happen, all right? And pretty soon it will be legal to marry one. We are pushing that. We're trying
We've
to.
already got the gays. We're gonna have the corpses next.
Come on, it's Rhode Island. We're allowed this stuff around here.
My grandfather could write the story of the Love Dead too now.
Yeah,
Too.
love that too. And
With clowns and homosexuals and everything.
hey, you know what? That sounds like a good story. The Love Dead 2, starring Chuckles the
Are
Clown.
we gonna film that next? Is that what's going on?
Oh, we are gonna film that next, and that's going straight to video because that's softcore porn. You kill two birds with one stone, though. You get necrophilia, and you get clown fetish.
This is the best. Look, this is gonna be our next exclusive convention-only DVD with the X on it.
Sexy clown beast with the one and only
Double X.
Mercy Brown.
Yeah!
Yeah. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this right. Nellie Vaughn, you're a fake. You ain't no vampire. Mm-hmm, no. You just had a creepy thing on your headstone. That's all.
That's gonna work. You ain't no vampire.
Are you okay? Have we mortified you? Yeah, I hope we haven't mortified you. Now, you think if your grandfather was alive when we were, which he was, he just ignored us a lot, which we don't blame him.
He talked about it good.
Yeah, he did talk about us good? Oh. Well, why didn't he book us? You think he would book us now?
Well, we booked him.
So you think, like,
Maybe
watch
he
this.
probably would.
So you think eating out of diapers is something he would be into?
I don't think so. He was more old school.
Oh, so he's more old school. He's more like the cutting off of the fingers one.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't like the cutting off of the fingers one, maybe he likes the little disappearing in a weight machine. Or maybe he's into sledgehammers hitting someone in a groin. It's a magic trick, so what if I can't do it right? Now, if anybody is interested in meeting the famous Jim Dyer, or maybe finding some information, are there any conventions coming up that you are going to be at? Now keep in mind, this is August. That this is showing August, September. So is there any famous conventions that you're going to be at to sign autographs, or that they might be able to purchase your books?
I'll be at the Rhode Island Comic Con.
Rhode Island Comic Con?
In November, yes.
That's a good one.
That's the only one around here that is coming up.
Right. So he will be at Rhode Island Comic Con. Make sure you show up.
Buy books.
Say hi to him. He tells some really great stories. Maybe you can tell some stories to the folk.
Buy this book and buy this book.
I'll be at Rock and Shock also.
Rock and Shock. There's another one for you guys.
Are you going to the Citrus Art Festival again?
I'll be at Citrus. Yes, I will. I will be at Citrus Arts Festival.
You know, sadly enough, I am banned from there too. There are now signs up that say no dogs or no Chuckles the Clown.
I'm actually more surprised by the people who still let you in the door than the ones who ban you.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, guys. Like I said, I try my best to behave in public. I mean, that kid was asking for me to steal that candy bar out of their hand. And then when I found out it wasn't a candy bar what he was playing with, I was a little mortified. Okay? So maybe, just maybe, me throwing the baby into the pond was a reaction that was just. How was I to know the infant couldn't swim?
Well, the thing was,
They swim in a uterus, don't they? Or up in there? So what the hell? I didn't know.
I don't know from babies.
Come on. But you can't see Jim Dyer there. You won't see me there.
Yes, with the books. Yes.
With the books. I will not be there. Bam. Bam. Are there any great stories before we go out of this that is coming to your head that you might want to tell the folks to mortify them before we wrap this up?
To mortify. I don't think you can mortify me any more than.
They tuned in
And I
and
don't-
mortified. That's how it works.
I don't think I can follow you and top you. Chuckles.
But tell us a good story, like a short one, like a minute one.
My grandfather, I told you about, like I said, we used to go over there. It's not a mortifying story, it's a good story, it's a family story.
Okay.
We used to go over there for Sundays and have dinner, and he would sing songs, and he would get the whole family together to sing songs and write the songs.
Did he sing any lullabies like I did?
Lullabies, yeah, he sang his music, the waltzes and the lullabies, yes. He did.
Ladies and gentlemen, the famous Jim Dyer. And I apologize to all the people out there that are offended. I do not consult, nor do I appreciate the beating of babies or hanging them out the window like Michael Jackson. That is not acceptable. Don't do it. All right? The evil clown, that was my public service announcement to you.
That's the
Don't
second one today.
hang out babies out the window. Or throw them in the pond.
Or eat
That-
them on a barbecue grill, or bugger them,
We
or...
eat babies on a barbecue grill all the time. It's called veal. You know.
That's true.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go down to a commercial break. Thanks to Jim Dyer once again.
Hey there, boils and ghouls. One more man to add to the Wall of Shame, or it's becoming slowly the Wall of Fame. Jim Dyer, it would be our honor if you would sign any one of the bricks over here.
I will. It would be my honor to be up there.
Let's hear it once again for the famous Jim Dyer for coming down to the Chuckles the Laugh Show and volunteering, not being dragged.
Come on.
Come on, okay? You did it, not me.
Come on.
Get up there.
You're not fooling anybody.
What do you mean I'm not fooling
Yeah, Big
anybody?
Eddie, you're not fooling anybody.
No, I'm Igor.
Yeah, okay.
Get in.
No.
In the pool. All right, you gotta get in there. There's no soap at all. It's just a little bit of water. It'd be like your once a year bath. Honest, it's not gonna bother anything.
No.
Oh, come on, man.
No.
Just look at it. It's not bad. I'd go in there, but I got my good jumpsuit on.
Oh, come on.
No.
Oh, look at it. No, look. Hey, look at the guy over there. He looks like he's having a hell of a time,
Yeah,
too.
he's like a skeleton.
Oh, wait. Oh, look, I dropped something. Yeah, excuse me a second.
I thought he smelled bad before the bath.
Oh,
Holy crap!
hold on, I'm gonna add to that. Oh, it got in! Oh, God!
Okay, shh. Listen to this. This is the tape I found downstairs.
Shut it off.
Thunder, come.